The ongoing debate about the current state of the NBA often revolves around the impact of the three-point shot on the game's evolution. Draymond Green's recent comments echo frustrations many traditional basketball fans feel, claiming that the overemphasis on three-point shooting is detracting from the deeper strategy and physicality that once defined the NBA. His argument, agreeing with a sentiment shared by Kobe Bryant before his passing, points to the idea that modern basketball is becoming accidental and lacks the nuance that once made matchups feel like chess matches. From an American perspective, Green's comments represent a voice from a generation that witnessed the shift in basketball culture, heavily influenced by Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors' success with the three-point shot. The transformation from post-centric, inside-out basketball to a faster-paced, perimeter-focused game has created a rift in the fan base. Many older players and fans share Green's frustration, arguing that while the game is more open and athletic, it lacks the fundamental elements that used to define competition: defensive battles, mid-range mastery, and inside play. On the other side of the debate, Kendrick Perkins disagrees with Green, emphasizing that today's players are more skilled and athletic, and that the three-point shot adds a new layer of complexity to the game. For fans of this more modern style of basketball, the high-octane pace and emphasis on shooting have brought excitement and accessibility to the sport, broadening its appeal. They see teams like the Boston Celtics, who thrive with three-point shooting, as examples of how the game has evolved to reward precision and range. However, Green's larger concern is about the essence of the game. He misses the thoughtful, strategic battles that came with facing players like LeBron James, where every possession had meaning. His criticisms point to the idea that basketball has lost some of its soul, becoming a contest of who can hit more threes rather than the kind of balanced play that features inside dominance, mid-range shooting, and defensive prowess. This isn't just an on-court issue but a cultural one. As NBA Commissioner Adam Silver points out, a lot of these complaints are reactive to soundbites, like Draymond's, rather than based on watching the game unfold. Silver suggests that if fans simply watched more closely, they'd still see a product that is rich with drama and high-level play. Yet, for those who remember an earlier era of basketball, the dominance of the three-point shot can feel monotonous, as if the art of the game has been overshadowed by statistical efficiency. Another underlying point is the role of younger players in this transformation. Green believes the younger generation of players is being given too much too soon, receiving respect and accolades that veterans like him had to fight for. This speaks to a broader cultural shift within the NBA, where emerging stars are quickly thrust into the spotlight. While this can inspire new fans, it also cheapens the journey for players who had to grind for years to earn their status. An interesting parallel that comes up is the comparison to Major League Baseball's MLB adjustments to its own rules to revitalize the game. Some voices, including Kevin Durant, argue that basketball may need to follow a similar path, revisiting its rules to address growing concerns about the quality of the product. This could mean curbing the over-reliance on the three-point shot or making other adjustments to ensure a more balanced game. However, Durant also stresses that people should simply watch more games instead of reacting to soundbites and trends, insisting that basketball is still an entertaining product when you immerse yourself in it. The conversation about load management adds another dimension to this debate. While Green and other veterans critique the younger generation, it's important to note that many of the league's biggest issues, such as load management, stem from decisions made by established stars and teams seeking to maximize longevity. The irony here is that the same players criticizing the evolution of the game are often responsible for the trends that frustrate fans, such as resting during the regular season to prioritize long-term health and playoff success. Ultimately, the debate about three-point shooting and the state of the NBA reflects a broader tension between old-school and new-school mentalities. As the game continues to evolve, it's clear that fans, players, and analysts will continue to wrestle with what the NBA should be. The success of stars like Steph Curry has revolutionized the game, but for some, it has come at the cost of the depth, physicality, and strategic intensity that made basketball feel like a chess match rather than a long-range shooting contest. For the modern NBA fan, this conversation is less about nostalgia and more about adapting to a new era. The league is faster, more athletic, and more global than ever before. The emphasis on the three-point shot may feel overwhelming to some, but it's also part of a larger trend of sports evolving to maximize entertainment value in the digital age. Social media, short attention spans, and highlight culture all play a role in how basketball is consumed, and the league has adapted accordingly. In conclusion, Green's comments spark a necessary conversation about the future of the NBA. The league faces the challenge of balancing tradition with innovation, trying to satisfy older fans who long for the physicality and strategy of the past while embracing a new generation of talent and excitement. Whether through rule changes or simply by encouraging fans to watch more closely, the NBA will have to find ways to ensure that the game remains both competitive and captivating for all.